Well, back in 2000, we put in the Tom Savini Special Makeup Effects program, and we were running pretty successful for a couple years. And there were a couple students that enrolled in that program. They came to me and said that they weren't interested in special effects and makeup at that scale. They were more interested in cosmetology. So it kind of gave me an idea that it would be a nice mix with the special effects to get into cosmetology. So that was really the first point that gave me the inkling that Douglas should get into that world. A local hairstylist, Jimmy Delverme, their salon was in Menneson on 6th Street, used him as a consultant to educate me and get me in that world. And then as PBA's demise happened, it afforded the ability that people were laid off or looking for other jobs. So the first person that was referred to me was Karen Nelson. And thank God we had Karen, because Karen was the one that was instrumental in writing the program, educating us all in the industry, and became the magnet to know who we should hire. And that next hire was this girl, and Bonnie Pizzarelli. She was the kingpin, queen pin, whatever you want to call it, an esthetician.
On a whim, literally a whim, I put together a resume and I sent it to Douglas Education Center. I had no idea what was going on, whether I was liked, disliked, hired, not hired, or whatever. And then the next thing I know, Jeff calls me and, we came to what it is now. Bonnie, I knew from Pittsburgh Beauty Academy. So I found her at her salon and I called her, reacquainted ourselves. And I said, hey, have you ever heard of Tom Savini?
And that was the hook. She was like, this is the Tom Savini. And I said, it is? and she was like, yeah, remember you and Jeff wrote that program? This is the Tom Savini. And I was like,
But
and
we're
there's some
putting in
aesthetics
cosmetology,
department.
yeah.
We're putting
Yeah.
in so I came down.
This particular building was an appliance store. It was like the first thing that was able to be available that I saw that could work for the cosmetology program. Where we're shooting right now, this was a roof. This downstairs was a loading dock where Bonnie's spa is. We wanted to turn this into an upscale salon appearance and facility. We have clinics that are open to the public where the students are able to get
Say it.
work. I mean,
Come
they're
on, so
working.
Say it.
Say the words.
Ready, Karen?
Real world experience.
They've been dying to say it. But I mean, we have a nail clinic, we have a cosmetology clinic, we have an esthetician clinic, we have a massage therapy clinic. So
We started up here with one machine and 2 chairs in this very small, tiny little room, and it was, I think Jimmy Delverme designed it. And when I came in, it was absolutely fine. We had an evening class, we had 3 students, it worked out great. Well, then we started to grow, and Dorian Clevenger was here at the time, and I kept threatening him I was going to steal his airbrush room. I used to teach cosmetic to the Savinis down there, and it was a perfect room, and I'd look at it and I'd be like, this would be a great clinic. This is so awesome. And I used to threaten him all the time. Well, I did. He ended up going down VK, and we made the first
From
lab.
3 beds to now you have 12.
I have 12 beds now, yes. I have a second lab as well.
If we
Need it.
need it, it's available to us.
It's available.
a couple local salon owners that I really have to give a shout out to. Gino and Cindy Levy have been very supportive of our cosmetology. Steven Sabo has been very supportive. One that was, I'll use the word rock star, that meant a lot to me and allowed us to basically use the colors of red in the star that's out there, was Michael O'Rourke, who was the owner of Sexy Hair. It meant a lot to this institution.
Italy Hair Fashions.
Yeah, Italy Hair Fashions, another one. Yvonne was a big time supporter of Douglas.
I mean, I can, right off the top of my head, I can think of 2 people that have recently opened up salons. One's going to be right down the street here again, and she is beyond excited, and it's because of what we taught her, and that really does something to me.
There's super successful stories that we have a lot of them that I think they're doing really well. And now we're going to put this ACT program in. And that's going to expand us as far as eyelashes and that permanent cosmetics. And I think it's just going to continue to grow.
All gonna tie together and grow.
Just like massage therapy program, that was a perfect setup.
Julian worked with these two and some outside consultants, wrote a program called Advanced Cosmetic Techniques, 100-hour permanent makeup course and a 50-hour advanced eyelash course. For 2 years, we fought with the legal people on both state agencies. State Board of Private License Schools took it on, and Douglas became the first school in Pennsylvania to have a licensed and accredited program
To teach permanent
permanent
cosmetics.
makeup and advanced eyelash.
And that's the fun thing too about here. If our film department, Bob Tinnell, who's the director of our film program, he needs someone to work on set. They need hair, makeup. We got the people for it. We have a lot of Savini grads who will come up here and take cosmetology to enhance their portfolio and their sellability. They're licensed now. you know?
Sometimes I have the most unlikely gentlemen down in my aesthetics department.
Yeah.
The guys are hilarious. I love them. They're the most professional people I've ever seen. If they come to me, they're wonderful, but they're big dudes.
Like they're
big
6'2",
guys.
big burly
You're saying
dude.
enrolling in the
Yeah.
In the program. Jeff used to call me the bridge between, you remember that?
Yeah.
The bridge between Savini and Cosmo. Because I worked down there and I love those kids, and I worked up here and we tried to have them come up here, fashion performance.
Well, it goes back to your love and interest for the horror and special effects and Savini. And
Yeah.
so
And it
we
just-
literally, you were
Worked out great.
working in a capacity where you were actually going down into the Savini building and building that connection.
Honestly, we've had really consistent instructors over the past few
Yeah,
years.
we-
Most of
we
our
really
instructors
have.
stay here 3-5 years. Bonnie and I, of course, have never left. Michelle Maison, we're very fortunate to have her. Alex, Kissy, I'm so happy Kissy's back on board.
Yep, we really
And-
are
and we
happy
have
with our
we have a
crew
good
right now.
staff.
We have a
We have a
really
good staff.
good-
Gary Nestor was here for years. Gary Holman was here for years.
He had a show, a big show. Remember that one down in Vancouver?
The cafe, we were talking about that
Yeah.
earlier.
I mean,
And-
that tied into the Savini and
Yeah,
that whole
we did
culture.
a little bit
I
of
mean,
everything
that
with
that was revolutionary, man.
Well, and we're doing another one here at Open House
Yeah.
We used to call ourselves the Fab Five, and then
for a long time.
I mean, to the point where any party we had, you had to all dress up the same color. And
we still
do
do
that.
that.
That's
God is
well,
such that.
I
Although
could be
Kevin
for a
didn't want
little
to
bit.
kill us the year that he was shooting pictures on a green screen, and
And
he
we
looked
wore
at me and said,
green.
"You had to pick green."
It was so great. We were like,
Do you remember that?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's part of our thing too. Because I think that spills over to the kids. We all like each other so much. We respect each other so much. We have little tiny traditions.
It's just silliness.
With silliness.
But it helps
and
to
it-
bind everybody
it
together.
binds us, and it endears us to the kids at the Halloween party, which is my jam. That's my thing. And we've also brought that to us being a team, because we did the Sanderson sisters, which was so much fun. And we did the plague doctors during
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
And Michelle's awesome, because she goes, "What are we doing for the Christmas?" Okay. Whatever we say, she
Yeah,
runs
yeah,
out. But
yeah.
it's just phenomenally good to have a place like that to work. I say all the time, I think she says it too. My friends caught me saying this. I don't say I have to go to work. I say I get to go to work. And I didn't realize I said that. And that's Cosmo.
hey, here's to 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Where did time go? And we're looking forward to 20 plus more and continue this program and
Oh my
the
God.
Yeah.
legacy. So
77.
congratulations,
Oh,
lady.
mwah.
We love him.
Yeah.
We love you.